Hello and welcome to SoBricks. I'm Adam and this is SoBricks. This is my channel for reviewing LEGO sets and building them and other LEGO related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the LEGO Speed Champions Formula 1 Ferrari SF-24. This is set number 77242. It has 275 pieces and I paid $27 for this set. Another one of the Formula 1 sets. I think I've already done videos about two of them. I did one of the Red Bull cars and I did the Mercedes AMG, and now I'm looking at a Ferrari, and I'm sure many people have already covered this one, but I'm excited about it, and so we're just going to get right into it. So in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. While I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy! Okay, so while we look at the build for this LEGO Speed Champions Formula 1 Ferrari SF-24, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. And if you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so any help would be appreciated. And then I wanted to talk about the build. So this actually starts out, I would say, a good amount different than either the Mercedes or the Red Bull one that I've already done videos on. You know, we actually spend a good amount of pieces and a time in these first bags, like not just extending out from that base chassis kind of starter plate, but also building up around where like the engine's going to be, where the driver's seat's going to be, and all of that stuff. So that was pretty cool to see. There's maybe some new pieces in here, like those kind of round pieces I do point out in the full review. You can see kind of the engine areas getting built up, getting covered up. There's a really nice mix of prints and stickers and brick built kind of detail in this. Overall, I thought, like, you know, we add these side pods on pretty early before we add on the tail or the front kind of wing area there, and that's different than either of the other ones I've looked at, where maybe we added the side pods on a little bit later. So that was cool to see. Actually, building the sort of tail section here is very similar. I guess I'm going to assume that almost all of the F1 Speed Champions are going to have a pretty similar design and part usage for the back. Interesting, I don't know if I pointed this out in the full review, but on that kind of convex slope, that 2x6 kind of slope piece used for the tail, there's a sticker on the top but not on the back, which there was for the Mercedes AMG and the Oracle Red Bull one. And this is really starting to take shape. We can kind of finish up some of the details here, add the front axles, add the wheels, and some final touches here, and that's it. So now on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is the LEGO Speed Champions Formula 1 Ferrari SF-24. This is great. I was a little bit, at first I didn't know, just by looking at the box. I thought this one was going to have some similarities to, or maybe more similarities to the Mercedes AMG one than it does. It kind of just appeared that way to me, and I'll take a quick look at, you know, this compared to some of the other ones from this line a little bit later in the video. But this was really great and different, and I'm still very, like, cautiously optimistic so far. I think this is the third one that I've built, third one that I've talked about on the channel, and I've kind of been like waiting to see, okay, well, this is familiar, this, you know, they did the same and everything. And so far they haven't disappointed. And what I mean by that is this one has a lot of unique qualities to it in terms of the build and in terms of the look here that I really, really appreciated. So that's really great. And so we're going to dive into it. And the first thing that we will look at is the minifigure, because you do get one. Of course, they have a wrench. They have the new specialized Formula 1 helmets that are dual molded with the visor in there. This one is red, has the Ferrari logo printed on top. Beneath that, we have a face, again, not representing any specific driver, but we do get an alternate hairpiece for them there, which is great. No alternate face. Looking at the torso, it's just a Ferrari racing suit. We have kind of the white and yellow. It's all red, the zipper. Ferrari logo up here, some stripes up on the shoulders, nothing on the midsection, nothing on the legs, nothing on the arms. Back of the torso is relatively plain. I'm fine with that. It still feels good. I'm not sure if the one from the Lego City, because I have not reviewed this set on the channel yet, but I'm just trying to make sure. So the helmet is definitely not the same, but the torso may be. So the torso and the legs on the one in this set, this sort of Ferrari pit stop like set here for City, might be the same torso as that one. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not that upset about it or disappointed about it. It just is what it is. Not too worried about it, but that is the minifigure. Good to get that. I think the helmet looks quite good, which is great. And then the rest of the build is the car here, the SF-24. So right out of the gate, like any other Speed Champions, a lot of stickers. Sticker sheet looks like this. Some of these are, there's duplicates in here, like number 20, number 24, 19 are the same, 5 are the same, 2 are the same. So there is 12 might have also been the same there, 15. So there are ones that are, you put on twice. So just the overall number of all these stickers on here isn't going to give the most accurate number, but not terrible. I wasn't too upset about it. And then there are also a good amount of prints, which is what I have been asking for, people have been asking for, and I think it's done well. I'm going to try to point out everything here as we go, just so we can see. So looking up at the front, of course, the nose here, this kind of slope piece is printed. It's printed up on the top. The printing there is actually pretty good to get that white on the red. It looks a lot better than it normally looks. And I'm just realizing now some of the sponsors for this one. It also has printing on the side, so the black line there, you can see it doesn't go all the way down to the edge. So there's that little bit of red peeking out, but also that font. And then on the other side as well, this cheese wedge up here is printed. The other details up here, sticker on the side, sticker, 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 all the way around on the front end of that. The HP stickers here as well. This Genesis sticker, if we look at the side in here, there is a sticker. This is also a sticker. Behind that, on that cheese wedge with the black kind of triangle and the Ferrari logo, that is a print. And there's a different one over here. Those are mirrored, and you do get an extra one of both of those. Continuing on the side, the Ray-Ban is a sticker, so is this one here. The shell is a sticker, but this piece does have printing on it. These kind of stripes here that kind of continue through there are printed on the side of this kind of angled slope piece. Then we use a sticker there. The white stripe here is printed, and the yellow stripe is actually a bracket piece, which works really, really well. So I was impressed with that. We have a sticker here, sticker there, there, and there. And then this is printed. So we have the white stripe on there and the yellow stripe, as well as the kind of logo there. So that's all printed. Of course, the wheels are printed, as well as the rims. Looking at the back, sticker, sticker, this is a sticker. If we go to the back here, we have the printed lights, stickers on the inside here. Other side is largely the same. So that's, fine. And I think that's pretty much all of them. I may have missed a few, but I want to say I covered a lot of them. A lot of them are used up on the front, good amount in the back. Of course, on the side, I was really happy to see like, okay, these are going to be printed probably on like every one of these. This kind of stuff on the side is really nice. There is, I think this is great choice. You know, not putting a sticker on the edge here is 100% the right thing to do. Would have loved if like the whole thing was just printed, but I understand why they didn't do that. But having those little bits printed there is great. And then, yeah, having the printed stripe here and then making use of just building techniques to kind of achieve this look of those stripes kind of continuing was really, really smart, done in a really nice way. So I was impressed by that, because the bracket sort of wall piece is thinner than a plate, and so that ends up working really, really well there. Glad that these are printed. A lot of the other the couple other cars that I've looked at have like printed pieces back here. This one didn't. It uses actually some different shaped pieces, and then we do put stickers on there. There's a new piece in here I think is relatively new, which was kind of interesting. It's sort of this 1x1 kind of curved tile brick type piece. So I thought that was unique to see. As far as any other new pieces for this one, I don't know. It's got the same kind of stuff as the other F1 cars as far as I can tell. The build for this is pretty interesting. It starts with the same chassis as all of the other ones, but I kind of wanted, like, I think it's notable that the actual build for both the front and kind of rear here was not the exact same. We don't use like the same pieces that kind of extend off from the chassis to get out to the axles, so that's really nice. You can see we do have some kind of upside down building in here as well. The way that the floor is done, that one's pretty much the same as the Mercedes AMG, using these kind of pieces that can go around a minifigure's neck in there, and then have the hollow stud, those kind of bracket pieces. The rear axle is the same, using those minifigure accessories that can go around a minifigure neck that are clear with the two studs on them. I think all of them are going to use that. There was some interesting building back here. Like, this is a 2x4 jumper, so it just has two studs on top, and then you can see we have a round brick in there as well. So a little bit of an interesting technique back here. For the most part, this kind of tail area is the same on other ones. For the most part up here, it's pretty much the same, but the actual build for, you know, the sort of engine area for the cockpit or the driver's seat here, and for the side pods was way more different than I thought it was going to be. So, we actually spend a good amount of time building up sort of what becomes part of the side pods and part of the kind of driver's seat area here, as well as like the engine cover. And that's because we do have like that built-in brick built kind of striping, color blocking in there, and then we don't like really get to add on the outer layer of the side pods until a bit later. So all of this is built kind of in an interesting way, using a bracket and a brick, and then just one of those kind of corner box pieces. We do use the spoons here again. It's all really nicely tiled out, not a ton of studs visible there. We have kind of those like little teeth or different things kind of coming out underneath, which is great. Overall, pretty sturdy. These are on there. They are on a couple studs, whereas on some of the other ones, that kind of stuff was maybe only on like one stud or something. So it was nice to see that. But I think most of the stuff that is impressive about this and different is all the stuff in here. So we also, like, when we put this together, we have a bracket in here, and then we have a hinge piece, and then we have this kind of roof tile or slanted sloped brick. And I thought it was going to use the same pieces as the Mercedes one. Let me actually grab that quickly. So I thought it was going to be using these same pieces, which are actually kind of like a corner roof tile that is bigger. It's just wider in some other dimensions. So that's a bit different. And when you're looking at these side by side, you may be able to see some of the differences in the side pod construction, as well as sort of the driver's area and stuff there. So I could understand why these might look really, really similar, but I really appreciate the differences. And actually, looking at the just the Mercedes AMG versus the Ferrari here, they both used kind of this nice combination of stickers and brick built detail, and this one uses brick built and prints and stickers to kind of get that flow for those stripes, which is really, really nice. The pieces back here are different. Both the Red Bull and the Mercedes use different pieces back there, and so those were printed. This one was not. And then, there's an interesting building technique in here where behind the seat for the, I don't know what you call this, but just this thing right behind the seat there. This is interesting. So you can see we have the key ring piece in there. We do have space for the driver's seat, but to get this little peak area and this up here, this piece is actually not connected to anything. I'll actually just pull this out. This little subassembly goes in there using some hollow studs, rounded plates there, a little tile here, another one of these kind of pieces that can go around a minifigure neck. And this just sits down in there. It's not connected to anything, but it's a relatively snug fit. And then these are actually doors. These are doors that you sort of can pinch together, and that's how we get that shape. So that's not connected to anything. I'm not you can't pick up the vehicle from that, but you couldn't do that with, the other F1 cars either from that one piece. So not a big deal, but that was pretty cool. I like how unique that is and how bold that is to do that. So that was impressive to me. And overall, I just really thought this was great. It's way more intricate than it appears, and it has a different level of intricacy than the other two that I've built. I'll show what it looks like with the driver in there. They do have the printed sort of steering wheel. For some reason, I almost felt like this driver was going to sit a bit lower than the other ones, but I know that that's not true just because they use the same kind of chassis piece in there. So we can get that something like that. We could have it a little bit higher, the kind of ring, the sort of, I don't know what that part's called, but we could kind of adjust that however we see fit. And I think they look really, really nice in there. The consistency is nice. The color match on the stickers and the prints are actually all pretty good on this one. And this one has it felt like more room in here, and there was more building going on around kind of the driver's seat and just behind it than some of the other ones. I feel like just comparing it here, the Red Bull one feels like it has a little more opening areas on the kind of left and right side. The seat's done quite a bit differently, and actually for the Mercedes there's kind of some open areas in there as well, which allow for some of the building techniques needed to make that. And this one feels like it's more dense in those areas, so I think that's great. In terms of things that aren't maybe the best, this has one of the problems that the Mercedes did too, in that there are some kind of holes in here. You can just sort of see a little bit where the floor in there, there's a little bit of a gap between the floor and these pieces behind it there. They do cover that up. These hollow studded rounded plates aren't connected to they're not studded down, nothing studded down on those, but they are making sure that these kind of floor pieces, these angled plates, aren't gonna go anywhere. And so we do fold these bits in, and when you do that, you do get a gap here that, even though it's not like 100% see-through where we could see down to like my hand or my desk beneath that, that like gap in there is kind of noticeable from the top. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I think that this one also kind of suffers from some of that. There's just some gapping in here that is kind of unavoidable, I think. And then the Red Bull one didn't really have that same problem just because of the way that it was built. So there is a lot of differences between these, even though they kind of overall look really similar. One of the other things that I was kind of pointing out is that on the bottom of these, I think they all kind of use similar stuff to extend out, but I felt that the Ferrari one was a little bit different. It does appear that they use the same like 2x4 jumper back here, but you can see over here, for the Mercedes, we use some like Technic brick pieces in there. And so there's just really subtle differences here. We have all of like the bottom of plates or anti-studs over on the Red Bull one. Here we have some upside down stuff. Over on this one we have upside down stuff too, but done in a different way. So actually like way more differences here, even though like the overall shape and the overall look of these is somewhat consistent, which is really impressive. I'm super happy about that. I'm hoping that I will find that that's the case for the rest of them as I continue to go through these. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do next, but I'm looking forward to it, and I think this one's really good. I don't know if it's my favorite out of the three. I mean, honestly, it's hard for me to say unless I was judging it based on like the real teams or the real sponsors or just the colors or something like that. As Lego builds, these are all really, really strong for me so far. So I don't have like a real opinion over what is my favorite out of all of these, and I'll maybe wait until I've built all of them to kind of decide or if I want to weigh into that a little bit more. But right now, these are all really, really stellar designs. They look great. They're like detailed, they're dense, unique building techniques. Difference between them all is like there and apparent, and the production work for, you know, whether it's designing and stuff, but also, you know, the printing on the pieces has all been really, really high quality. Again, showing that Lego like definitely has the ability to make white printed on red be white and not pink. They are capable of doing that, as evidenced here on some of these cars, if they're willing to put the time and money and effort behind it. This one was a ton of fun. So big thumbs up from me. I think this one is great, and I don't have the city version of this like easily grabbable. I just showed the instructions there. They're pretty different, and I'm not sure if there's other. I think there are other City Ferrari ones that were not in that set that maybe could be compared to. Jang maybe does that in their video about this one. I liked this a lot. I'll show the extra pieces because you do get some. We do have, like I said, we got the print up on the front here with the Ferrari logo. The ones that are kind of on the side in there, same for this one. So these are not the same. They're kind of mirrored there. So those are all prints. We've got the light print on the back. Always love to get these pieces as extras. These 1x2 rounded kind of half circle tiles that aren't jumpers, no stud on those, so you got a couple extras of those, which is really nice. The spoon in there. So those are all the extra pieces, and this set is 275 pieces, retails for $27. That's what I paid for it, and I said it for the other ones, I'll say it for this one. This is the price. It has been the price for a little while now, for a couple releases. I wish they were still 25. I think I sort of see why they're not. I've been very, very impressed. They continue to step up their game. I think they've done it with the F1 cars. They did it with the previous release with the concept cars and the G-Wagon and all of that stuff. And the Dark Horse Mustang I thought was really like deceptively good. And all of those were like a big step up when we got that price increase. And that included, more new pieces. It included more new prints. There's a lot of stuff that went into it. And for the F1 series, that's still true. So the $27, not only like the price per piece makes sense, we got new wheels now too. These have, obviously the wider wheels here, which were made, the specialized, super specialized kind of front truss or suspension kind of axle pieces up there, all of that stuff. There's money that goes into that, and it's not like hasn't been super passed off to the consumer yet. I think I would love for these to stay at $27. I don't know if they're going to. I really, really hope that they do, because that feels really, really right for these. And I never thought that I was going to say that. When it was $20, then it was $25, then it was $27. I was like not happy about it. And I was, for the longest time, very convinced that like Speed Champions was kind of a sleeper theme. It's probably not, or maybe it never was, but like for people that knew, Speed Champions had like maybe the most interesting build techniques, most interesting part usages, and like some of the best looking models that were like play and display, and they just like covered a lot of stuff, and then were also like really, really good value. And I think, that was certainly true at $20 for those ones that came out. But even since then, they have like upped the ante, upped their game in a big, big way consistently as they've raised the price. I know like some of the James Bond Aston Martin, or the Fast and Furious cars, or some of those like earlier 8 wide Speed Champions, I could get for like $12 or something like that, which is, admittedly a huge discount. It's like 40% off or something like that when they were $20, but I could also find them pretty reliably for like $16. And that was like, holy cow, that is a crazy deal. They were a pretty good deal at $20. And now we're pretty far away from there. We're up at the $27. If we were going to get this at 20% off any of these, we would knock $5.40 off, and then we're getting down into the $22.60 or whatever it is, and or $21.60, and I think that's pretty reasonable. I don't know when these are going to go on sale. I don't know if they're going to go on sale for 20% off, but all of that is a long-winded way of saying I'm fine with the value here. I can't believe it, but it's true. I think the value here is pretty good. I do not want them to go up to $30 unless they bring in some like more stuff, because I don't know like what the upper limit is for stuff of this size in terms of new pieces, prints, whatever, and how you could price that. I mean, at a certain point, something like this isn't going to be $50. I don't know what they could do that's like, I guess if it's all prints or something, but I don't even know if I would like that better, just because I don't know if that's worth the trade-off of paying that much extra for essentially the same kind of size, same level of detail, but just not these stickers. So I'm sort of anticipating these going up at a certain point. I kind of hope they hold off for as long as they can, but as someone who enjoys these, I do really, really want the consistency and the level of quality to remain, and if they can, like, continue to improve. So far the F1 cars have really blown my expectations out of the water, at least for these first 3, and I'm excited to look at the rest of them. I think the value is pretty good. So that's it. I like this set, And okay, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Lego Speed Champions, more of the Formula 1 stuff, some of the Formula 1 City stuff, and then tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming Lego videos. Subscriptions help me a lot. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, maybe consider doing it. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. And then if you wanted to support the channel, you can give money to the channel. You can do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. There's a Patreon. It's in the video description, patreon.com/SoBricks. There's a buy me a coffee link in the video description. All that stuff helps financially support the channel. It means a lot to me, and every little bit helps. So thank you very much. And with all that said, well, there'll also be an affiliate link to buy this set, which I will earn, a small percentage where you buy this. You click on that link, you buy the set with your own money at no additional cost to you. You get the set, and I just happen to get a small percentage of the sale. That is another way to support the channel, and every little bit helps. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.